Welcome everybody to today's search for the oldest ex-Major League Baseball player who has a birthday today. And we're going to use Baseball Reference to find him. So we scroll up from the main site and we'll click on Born This Day, which is in the lower left side. And there's our date. I just hit the born category. So I'm going to start with players born in, well, we know Ed Bush, born in 1917. Let's click on him. Is not alive. He would be, 118 years old today? Looks like he passed in 1987 at age 69. Paul Foytak, who was born in 1930. Let's check him out. Let's see if he's still with us. Yeah, he passed at 90, just in 2021. Next player is Frank Bowling, who was born in 1931. Unfortunately, he died in 2020. How about Harry Chitty, who played for 10 years from 1950 to 1962, born in 32, the same year my father was born. Died in 2002 at age 69. Next player to check out is Buster Narum, born in 1940. That would put him at 85 if he's still with us. Unfortunately, he passed in 2004. Born in Philadelphia. All right, we're going to check out Greg Bollo. Only played a year, 18 at-bats it looks like. But he's born in 43. Here we go. Looks like the oldest Major League player who was born on this date, November 16th, is 82 years old today. Born in Detroit. Went to school at Kalamazoo. Debuted in May 9th, 1965. Let's take a look at that ball game. Looks like Greg sat through a doubleheader that day. Well, wait a minute. I'm not sure what team he played for. Let's backtrack. No, not a doubleheader. So he played for this team in the yellow here. He played for the Chicago Whitesox against the Minnesota Twins. All right. His White Sox team did lose 6-1. And in the box score, he did not bat, but he was a pitcher. And looks like he might have been the last pitcher of the day, so he might have did some scrubbing. Let's check that out. Yeah, he was the last pitcher. Threw a solid 2 innings. Wow. Did he not allow a base runner? Well, let's see which of these great Minnesota hitters he pitched against, because that Twin team was decent that year. All right, here we have it. He entered the 7th inning. The first batter he ever faced was Tony Oliva. Looks like he got him on a fly ball to left field. It doesn't say the count. The score was 6-1. The second batter, wow, Harmon Killebrew, he got to ground out to shortstop. And then he got Jimmy Hall to foul pop out to the shortstop. And then when he pitched in the 8th inning, he got Bobby Allison to foul pop fly to left, Rich Rollins to ground out to second, and Jerry Zimmerman to ground out to short. Even though the White Sox lost that game, after that game they were 14-7 and were still in first place, with the Twins being right behind them at 13-7. Now, the biographical information on Greg, there's a good picture of him. Ooh, we'll have to check out his final game on October 2nd, 66. But first, let's look at his biographical. Greg started one game in his major league career, his last, on October 2nd, 1966, as a member of the Chicago White Sox against the New York Yankees. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, struck out 2. The White Sox lost the game 2-0, and Bollo got the loss, the only decision of his big league career, in 18 total big league games in part of 2 seasons. His ERA was 3.34. Let's go check out that last game and see who he struck out. He struck out 2 batters. All right, looks like here's the game. White Sox, nice record. Last game of the year. Wow, he went against Al Downing. That's so cool. Here's your box score. For the Yankees. So pitchers had to bat. Looks like he was 0 for 1 with a strikeout as a hitter. And let's go find play-by-play. Gave up a single to Mike Hegan in the first. Mercer flies out. Richardson got a single to get Hegan to third. But then the nice double play to Luke Clinton. In his second inning of pitching, John Miller is the batter who struck out for the Yankees. He hit Steve Whitaker, walked Bill Bryan, and got another double play. Mike Ferrara. Second to short to first. So with the score, no score in the third, Bollo pitches the third, walks the pitcher, walks Mike Hegan. Bobby Mercer hits a grounder to second. Both runners move up. Bobby Richardson grounds out with Al Downing scoring. Luke Clinton grounds out to third. So Bollo's down a run. In the fourth, Bollo 3 up, 3 down. He gets Miller to fly out, Whitaker to ground out, and Bill Bryan to strike out. In the meantime, Al Downing's rolling. And that was it for Bollo. In his last game, he was replaced by the young Tommy John. Wow. And then that was it for Bollo's career. Here's Greg's pitching game logs for 1965. Looks like he was off to a great start. His first 3 appearances were in relief, late innings. And wow, his first 5 innings, he did not give up a hit. Then he got roughed up in a game against New York, in a blowout game where when he came in, it probably was already out of hand. He gave up 2 earned runs and 3 runs. Then he bounced back for a couple outings. Gave up. Yeah, it looks like he did a lot of mop-up, of course, as a rookie in 65. Looks like his last game of 65 was on September 9th. And he had a rough outing there. Looks like the White Sox finished 7 games back of the Twins, so they had a solid year with 95 wins. And these are the standings for Greg's last year with the White Sox, and they dropped to 83 wins, 4th place, and 15 games back to the Baltimore Orioles. Here are Greg's career numbers. Looks like 18 games. He got that 1 start in October of 66. Boy, he pitched decent. 29 innings. This is better than decent. 11 earned runs. And his whip for his career, 1.04. Wow. Age 22. I wonder if he had arm troubles. I have to further research that to find out, I'm sure. Let's do a quick search to see if Greg Bollo had a baseball card. There it is. Very cool. Bob Locker, he shares space on the card. I know Bob Locker played for the Kansas City A's and the Oakland A's later in his career. Checking out the back of the card. Greg struck out 104 batters in 98. Man, power pitcher. Yeah, with an exclamation part, 64. And there's his minor league numbers in 64. Wow, you just got to wonder what happened to this guy. After 2 years, here's Bob Locker. All right. Greg Bollo's 2nd year card. This is 1966. Let's take a look at the back. Oh, yeah, a lot of info here. He was 6'4", 180. Right-hand thrower. There's his birth date. Happy birthday, by the way, Greg. If you're watching this, you are 82 years old today. Greg bowls him over with his fastball. Picture of a guy with a hole in his stomach. Interesting. All right, he was designated as a first-year player last year. Greg was elevated to the parent club. The great depth of the White Sox staff afforded Greg little opportunity to display his stuff. However, when he was given an opportunity to pitch, Greg showed would-be batters a live fastball and a sharp breaking curve. The Windy City folks feel that Greg will be one of their top pitchers in the near future. And there's his 2-year. Oh yeah, that'll have his. So he pitched for Clinton in the Midwest and Tidewater. Okay, he only had 2 baseball cards, but using Google Images, here's some other pictures of him. Nice one of him here. Oh, there's his autograph. Very cool.